Hey y'all, I wanted to take a minute to discuss the current state of affairs in America and probably other countries as well, and address preparedness where a homesteader comes into the picture. If there's anything a homesteader can do, it's teach other people how to live under circumstances that they're not normally used to, whether it be growing your own fruits and vegetables or raising chickens or other animals. There's a lot you can learn from homesteaders, uh, whether they're on a farm, 100-acre farm, or in an urban setting. People who know how to grow their own food, forage, survive off the land. Those are the people that you should be getting to know right now. Um, I'm not a doom and gloom type person, and I don't want my channel to turn into a doom and gloom type channel, but I do always believe in being prepared, and there are ways that you can be prepared in case certain events happen. We've already seen gas prices go up pretty high. Um, in the last 2 days, I've spent $150 filling my truck up. Most of us can afford the prices that are going on right now. Um, the farmers can't afford the prices, the fertilizer shortages. They're talking about the corn and the wheat and what it's going to do to all the crops on a global scale. And that's forgetting the price of gasoline that these farmers have to pay. You have avian influenza going around chicken, the commercial chicken growers. But now's the time when it's not too late to prepare in case things get really bad. So if you have the ability, I suggest you go out and you get you some chickens. You can order from a hatchery online. They come to the post office. Um, it's about 6 months before your chickens will start laying eggs. You don't have to eat your chickens. You don't have to know how to skin a chicken, defeather a chicken. Um, but we're looking at a long-term issue right now, unless our government does something, which I don't have a lot of faith in at this point. There's things you can do at the grocery store. Ramen's still 25 cents a pack. You can get canned meats, you can get beans, you can get rice, pasta. You can still get 10 boxes of pasta for $10 at somewhere like Kroger. You can stock up on things like coffee and tea, salt, sugar, flour, the staples, because we don't know if the stores are going to run out of those things. It is a possibility. Am I worried? I'm not worried about me, because I've been, I hate to use the word prepper because it has a negative connotation these days, but I live on the Gulf Coast of Texas, and hurricanes are a real thing, a real threat. And we always prepare knowing that being without electricity for long periods of time, a week, 2 weeks, I think a month was the longest I personally ever went without electricity because of a hurricane. But we always like to stay prepared with at least 30 days worth of supplies. You can't rely on someone like FEMA to come in, or the Red Cross. Our last big flood, we had water. We had people being boated out of our neighborhood. We live on a lake. We didn't flood, thank God. But other people did and had to be cut out of their roofs. And, Houston was pretty bad. And the Red Cross didn't come in and save us. Nobody's going to come in and save you if things get really bad economically at the grocery stores, whatever. Um, Right now, gas is like $4 a gallon. What happens when it's $6 a gallon, $8 a gallon? What are you going to do then? Because the groceries are also going to go up. So I suggest that you go and you stock up on some things now. I don't mean go panic buy, but buy things so that you can get by until things stabilize. Because none of us can predict when that's going to be. If you're not already watching several homesteading or prepper type channels, I suggest you do so that you can learn something. Learn how to grow potatoes, learn how to grow tomatoes, learn how to grow some of your own food so you're not so reliant on a grocery store. And anyone can do that, even someone with an apartment balcony. A lot of HOAs aren't going to let you have chickens, but you know, some will. Some cities will. Some cities will let you have chickens as long as you don't have a rooster. There's a lot of things you can be doing right now. They're predicting there may not be feed for my chickens, but guess what? My chickens will eat other things. They'll eat leftovers, they'll eat spaghetti, they'll eat bugs and mice and snakes out of my yard, and they'll be fine. It won't be the first time that we've had shortages, at least in my area. If you go to the store, a lot of people are going to go to the store and they're going to say, oh, the stores are fine. We don't have anything to worry about. Okay. When you're paying $10 a gallon for milk, you know, you can't afford everything. What are you going to do then? And again, I can't predict the future. I don't know what it's going to be like, but now is the time to get ahead. You know, if you're one of those people that's squeamish about wiping the rear ends with some leaves, I suggest you go get some toilet paper. I'm not suggesting that anyone starts hoarding. Just buy a little bit extra, you know. If you think ramen's gross, what do you think about squirrel? I mean, what are you going to do if people are fighting over what's at the stores because there's a shortage at the stores? What are you going to do? You know, you're going to have to learn to eat some things you might not normally eat. You can't just say, oh, I'll just go get me some McDonald's. What happens when McDonald's doesn't have anything for you either? So anyway, not to sound all doom and gloom, but now is a good time to get ahead and start learning and preparing for a possibility of maybe another Great Depression. We don't know. My grandparents lived through the Great Depression, and so will you and I. I don't plan on eating squirrel. I don't eat rats. I don't eat rodents. My husband does. I guess if I was starving, then I would eat my words. But for now, we don't eat squirrel. We'll just get a bunch of ramen and beans. So you guys, I hope I gave you something to think about. I'm not trying to scare anybody. Just want y'all to think and pay attention to what's going on. And not leave yourself and your family where you'll feel vulnerable or scared or panicky or hopeless. Don't want anyone feeling hopeless. Hopeless people do stupid things, and we've already got a lot of people around here stealing copper. And you know, if the stores start to run short, you're gonna think the riots of the last year or so were a cakewalk, because hungry people, they act in ways that we don't want to see. So anyway, you guys have a good week. I'm very much looking forward to spring. You can see behind me, I started my beds already. I already have potatoes planted. I've got my seeds started inside, and as soon as we get past this 32-degree weather this week, I'll be putting those into the ground and hopefully having a great harvest this year. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for ignoring my broken tooth, which is going to get fixed tomorrow, hopefully. And you guys have a good week. If you haven't already, please subscribe because Tommy and I have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers.